Well, hi everyone. This is John Miller, and this is our Friday devotional. We are in a series of often overlooked passages or verses. In other words, sections of scripture that you may have overlooked or not looked into quite deeply enough. Maybe there's a golden nugget there that you missed. So today I'm bringing you to Peter, 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. And it reads, each of you should use whatever gift you have received. Let me read that a little better. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. So here it's the subject of spiritual gifts that God has given to all of his children. God has given a special, specific, individual spiritual gift or gifts to every one of us. And that means you. And one could ask, do you know what your spiritual gift is? Or are? Or you may have a good idea, or you may have no idea. But nevertheless, this verse says each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards. So, therefore, we need to be using spiritual gifts. Now, I don't think that means going around saying, I know what my spiritual gift is. My spiritual gift is this, it's that. There's a more humble way to approach this subject. And I look at it this way. Coming from a baseball background, okay, we could do basketball, football, or some other analogy, but there are 9 positions of defense on a baseball field. And a spiritual gift is something like one of those positions, or maybe more than one of those positions, is kind of your area where you excel, where you do well. But usually the only way to find out what your spiritual gift is to play a position, is to go out and try out. And what you find out is that maybe you're not as good of a first baseman as you thought, or maybe not as good as a pitcher as you thought you might be. You went out there and you gave it your shot. Now, maybe you did. Maybe you honed the skill and you developed it, and it came to be what we might say as what others might say of you is, man, that's your spiritual gift. You're a great catcher. You go, gee, I didn't realize it, but people seem to be blessed by my catching. I guess I am. I like to do it, and I guess I'm pretty good at it. Might go out to left field, and you're out there in left field, and you're catching fly balls, and you seem to be liking that. And the coach is saying, you know what? I love you out in left field. You're doing a very, very good job out there. And you find out, wow, I'm finding my position. We often find our position by trying out different positions and then asking others, how do you think I'm doing in this position? So those are some of the ways that we discover our spiritual gifts. We don't just go around saying, hey, I'm a pitcher. I'm a pitcher. When I used to coach Little League, half the kids coming out at the beginning of the year wanted to be pitchers, because the idea was, well, everybody, should want to be a pitcher. But no, there were only certain few who had the ability to deliver the ball to home plate like they needed to. And some of us have that sense where we think a spiritual gift is ours that may not be ours. But trying out is okay, because we go out there and find out, no, I really don't feel like I'm suited for this. But you tried it, and that's good. Now you know that's not your most productive area. And there are several spiritual gifts. Of course, the Bible gives us a list of spiritual gifts. I mean, the gift of giving, and that can have a wide range in what it means. But often in the area of stewardship, a gift of leadership, a gift of mercy, a gift of helps, a gift of serving, a gift of teaching, and on. And also, I think there are gifts, probably each gift itself has appendages to it, so that there's a gift of teaching, but a teacher, there may be a lot of slots or areas where teaching is needed, and not necessarily in a classroom. It could be on the mission field. It could be anywhere. So each spiritual gift probably has several aspects to it, several angles to what it might look like. But again, the way to get involved is to do what 1 Peter 1:10 says. Get out there, use it. Whatever spiritual gift you have received as faithful stewards, get at it and experience it and play it out. Try it out. Try it out. So that would be my word to you on this Friday or this weekend. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.